Okay, I've just been looking at some things. You know what, Miss Parsons? If you want to call me a bitch, you need to really know who I am. And first of all, you don't need to leave a line hag like some people. And who gives you the right to judge me? At least my house is much cleaner than yours. See? At least I don't have shit laying on the floor for everybody to see. And the house doesn't look like a fucking wreck. But, maybe you may want to look at that before you post a video. You can tell you live like a hillbilly because you don't know how to frickin' clean. Maybe you need to clean up your house before you start judging me. That might give you something to do besides judge others. And as for you and B and C, yeah, you're obviously her family because that's the only people who has anything to do with her. Because most people in Gorman Hollow are either druggies or drug dealers. And it's known all around here. I don't have nothing to do with anybody around there. First of all, because I'm not a druggie. I don't do drugs. Never have, never will. And as for people who live in Gorman Hollow are nothing but pot smokers, black wannabes, that's all they are. That's all Gorman Hollow is. It's people who want to be black, want to act black. And it's sad because you're not being an individual if you're judging somebody because you're going by what somebody else says. And as for my life, I clean my house. I do my chores. I keep my home clean. Yes, this is my home. I own this house. I don't have to rent somebody else's, I don't have to live in low-income housing. Never have. I grew up watching my parents work. Maybe she needs to get a job. And if you're not making ends meet and begging off of others, that's the kind of people you are. It's the kind of people it's all in low-income housing. You can tell by looking at the place. It's not up to par. Maybe you need to get busy cleaning your own house and your own life before you start judging others. And as for calling me a bitch, it takes one to know one, like you said. So, I have 37 sorority sisters now since I got inducted into a sorority. I am in school. My grades are excellent. A+ in math, science. I am even taking a couple social studies and even some psychology classes. No, I don't need any help because I've never had to have a counselor, unlike some people whose father has begged me. She needs to go see a counselor. Will you talk her into go seeing a counselor? Yes, I had this conversation with a gentleman who passed away not long ago. And he made sure that he followed me out to the vehicle when me and my husband left her home at one time. I said, I can't make her do anything. She doesn't want to do anything she doesn't want to, and I can't force her. And he told me that he was going to, we have a place, it's KRCC ran. I have a couple of cousins who work there. And that are very, very, they work there. So people would come home and he would ask, they would ask this person, is this person still talking to my cousin? I got a phone call from this person. Who the hell do you know who works there? Do you know somebody? Does your uncle go there? No, my uncle doesn't go there. I have family who works there. I've gotten cussed out and called a bitch by so many people. No wonder I'm so popular and have so many followers on this channel. But I like to keep things private. As for my home, it stays clean. As for everything else in my life, it stays clean, including my drug tests. I don't need to take, I've took drug tests when I was working. I took random drug tests on a daily basis sometimes at some of the places I worked at. I've never had to live off food stamps. I've never had to live off welfare. And I've never had to live off somebody else. And as for anything else anybody says about me, like I believe anything anybody else says. They're nothing but hypocrites themselves. And, I don't have problems with people who are black. I have black friends who I work with. I have several black friends. And I don't call them that word. Only reason I use that word is because people judge me. And if people would stop calling me names and stop judging me and going by what one person says, maybe you want to talk to other people in the community who know me and who have known me for years. Because I'm pretty sure you're not going to get the same report that you get from one person. Because, I talk to right at 300 to 500 people a day. You may want to check those people out who see me every day, who don't judge me, and who know the real me. Because if you're listening to somebody else's lies and bull crap, yeah, you're the one doing the judging. So unless you want to, you want to get to know the real me, hit me up the right way, not the wrong way. And as for all the little fake Facebooks of Miss Parsons, no, I didn't pay any attention to those because I knew that she was judging me like everybody else. And that she was going to start her crap because, I'm taking up for poor defenseless this person. Stop fighting their battles for them. Make them do it themselves. What are you? Somebody's henchman? Somebody's minion? Stop being somebody else's minion. Start being your own person. I have friends. I have sisters and I have family who support me. I have a father who is getting ready to turn 70 this year, who is a Vietnam vet, who gets zero help with anything from anybody. He worked all of his life for CSX. My mother worked for UPS, and she did work at Kmart and Walmart for some while. But my mother did that to provide for me. And I've always heard that you give 1% of your earnings to the government every year. If you've only earned, 1% for, say, 10 years, you only paid in $1,000 at most. $100,000 at most. So, say you get a check for the next 30 years. That's going to put that $100,000 in debt. Because if you're getting, say, $2,100 a month, that's going to overdraft it, obviously, by at least $300,000 before the end of the 7th year. It's just reasonable math. But maybe you all need to look at some of the things like that. I grew up in a working class home with 2 working parents who not only gave me the best of everything, but I always had 2 of everything. My TV, it was given to me when I first moved here, and I'm getting a new one here in about 2 weeks. So since this TV was given to me, I'm giving it to somebody else who needs it. I don't see the point in, if something was given to me, giving it to somebody else to help them and bless them. But that's the kind of person I am. Now, I'm not going to say who this is going to, and I'm not going to tell you who it's going to. But, a lot of people judge me, but you don't know the real me. And as for people who do judge me, judge away. Because usually the people who judge most are the people who are most hypocritical, most judgmental of everybody. But they're not willing to look at their own house. Don't throw stones at glass houses. Check your home before you check mine. And maybe clean it up a little while you're at it. That place was a disaster. Why make a video showing a dirty house? Ugh. As you can see, my house ain't dirty. Yeah, there is some older stuff on the wall, which, remodeling, taking down, and finding new things. Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm making it my own. And I'm having fun doing it. having fun remodeling, having fun, just keeping up with everything. As for work, it is going excellent. I have a lot of people who are repeat customers who come back begging for me to be at work the next day. And I'm like, why didn't you all come, while I was off over the weekend? Because you weren't here. Because we knew you weren't here, and we wanted to make sure you were here because you know us. You know exactly what we want. You know our order. And we want to see you here, is what most of my customers say. And, I may work in fast food, but at least I do work. I don't pop kids out, don't live off other people, don't sponge off anybody else. But I work for a living. Maybe somebody needs to get out and get a job. McDonald's is always hiring, but let's see if you can actually last a while. Most people, they come to orientation first day, on the floor for 2 hours. Because you watch 2 hours of videos. I mean, that's the most boringest part about it. They spend 2 hours on French fries, our easiest station. And one of my first trainees, which I'm a crew trainer, I've been there going on 6 years this year. And I had one of my first trainees was an older woman in her 40s. And she looked at me, she goes, honey, how do you do this? It's not easy. She goes, all I was on was fries, and I thought I was going to keel over. She goes, I respect you all more. She goes, maybe more people need to come and work with you to understand what you really do of a day. And she goes, I have more respect for this line of work than I used to have. As for people, hollering and griping and complaining about people making $15 an hour, that didn't even affect us. It won't affect us. That only affected your state workers, like your police commissioners, your people in government office, your mayors. That's who it mostly affected. So, stop bitching. It's stupid. Stop you bitching about that, because it's not going to happen. Because it only affects people who are in government or who work for the state. They got up to $15 an hour, but they make $20. So it doesn't really matter. It didn't affect anything, really. And I do make $9 an hour. But, making $9 an hour working at a fast food restaurant, yeah. Not a lot of people do that. But my husband has been there, almost 14 years. He loves it there. He loves the people he works with. And he does think about leaving sometimes to get a better job. But he looks back and thinks, hey, these people are my family. They've taken me in. They've made sure that I was okay. They've taken care of me. And he loves it. So, if you're happy at a job, continue with it. But if not, then it's time to leave. And right now, I'm happy. I'm going to school, working, and my grades are through the roof. Let's just say it that way. I do a lot of other work, including doing some stuff that helps veterans, or my dad is a vet. I do what I can to help veterans and do fundraisers for them. I also do fundraising for some families, and it just depends on the criteria and stuff. But I am on a couple of boards, which I do have fun with. And it's great to have fun sometimes with a lot of other good issues. And, I have fun. As for my stalker, she's made me famous. So thanks, you have a lot of people talking trash about me. Thanks. Because by word of mouth and by you, by you constantly talking about me to your friends, now they judge me. So thanks for making me famous. I'm so famous now that, several people's posting videos about me. So thanks again. And, I'm just so famous. Thank y'all. Thanks for making me so famous. And I couldn't thank you all enough, because so far I have made a lot of money on my channel, which if you know how to fill out a W-4 and a W-2, you got to do that to make money. So, see y'all around. This is going on YouTube. Sorry about the long video. But, yeah, right now I'm enjoying my life. My birthday is in about 2.5 weeks. And, you know, I don't see the point in getting something I'm not going to use. So, like I said, my TV here, I keep one in the kitchen, which is one I mostly watch. My husband has 2 in his room. He has a flat screen and an older TV, which, you know, he likes to do 2 or 3 different things at once. And then we have a TV in the front room, or in our living room. So, all in all, you know, I see the point in a new TV I can use. This one is going to be, you know, a blessing to somebody who needs it. And I can't wait to get my new TV. And I will be making a new video on my birthday. Oh, yeah, by the way, thanks, girls, for the new shirt. And I can't wait to the next meeting and seeing you all in class.